couple of key issues to come out of the match. Kalyn Ponga KO'd early, and obviously we know there's successive, 4 in the space of 10 months. Where's he at now with the club? What's the latest?
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was quite emotional yesterday in the sheds when he came off the field, and the Knights guys really felt for him. It was an ugly incident yesterday. As you said, 4 in 10 months now. They're going to be very, very cautious with him. He's able to come back within a couple of weeks. That won't be the case, though. Just because he's able to come back, Kalyn Ponga, from my understanding, he's looking at least 4 weeks on the sideline. We know he spent the last part of last year off the field after that concussion. He could have come back in the last round, but didn't. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kalyn Ponga's missing 4 to 6 weeks just to get him right, because it's been a hell of a run for him with those concussions, and he was in the firing line in the front line yesterday. As Gus
especially when you consider the back end, he missed all the back end of last year, and he's probably gone from making maybe 50 to 75 tackles in a season playing at fullback to now probably making between 20 and 30 tackles a game up at 5 playing in the front line. So it's going to be a totally different role for him, without a doubt. And look, we hope he's okay, obviously. And we need guys like Kalyn Ponga on the field. I mean, he's a superstar of the game. He attracts eyeballs. So let's hope he's okay. And he's able to get back and recover.
Well, Gus touched it on yesterday in the call about putting him in the front line and whether that was the right move. He'll be back at some point. Can you, as a coach, bite the bullet and say, despite the fact we worked on this in the whole pre-season with you in the halves, the best thing for you now is to go to fullback?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, the people who coach him and work with him every day probably know best what position he should be playing. I don't like to second-guess coaches for that reason. I just don't understand the obsession these days with trying to move class fullbacks into the 5'8" position. Maybe because they can go and buy another fullback, they can't go and buy another 5'8". I just don't know that that's the right position for him at the moment. My concern with Kalyn, and I've retired 2 players because of repeated concussions in my career, is the ease with which it happens now. I don't see those knocks as anything over the top that should be causing that sort of problem for him. It just seems now the ease with the collision,
that one there,
he seems to react badly to it, and that's not a good sign.
So taking years off his career, this, Gus?
Well, I think his career's in jeopardy, to be honest. I don't know how you sort through that. I get concerned more at the ease with which they get concussed and how repeatedly that happens. And as I said, I've retired a couple in my time. I was worried about the ease of that yesterday.
I agree with the ease. Not only is he getting concussed, not only is he getting hit and falling over and stumbling to get back up, he's out.
Yeah.
Once he gets hit, he's out cold on the way to the ground. That's for me the scary thing in the ease and which is happening.
That was a fair hit yesterday. It
was a fair hit, but I mean, you see them probably in a fair few tackles throughout the game. And as I said, he was out. He was out on the way. He never hit the ground and was dazed. He was out. He was out cold. He was out cold from the time he got hit. So that's concerning.